Jen, your pudgy picker, here at my office, at my desk, in my office, and I wanted to do a video I talked about doing earlier in the week when I showed you some things that I bought from TEMU. The things I bought were to resell. So if you want to go back a couple days, you will see what I purchased and I showed it to you. That got me thinking. I wanted to do a video that goes over things that I personally have bought to resell, things that I have bought for my business, because I sell on eBay as well as in a physical space, in an antique mall, and also things that I'm thinking about buying, and then other items that I have bought for my business, things that would help me run my business. So to start with, I do sell in a physical space in an antique mall. This antique mall is very liberal on what they allow and what they don't allow. Some malls are very strict on what they allow you to sell, items, certain ages. I know some people have like a percentage they're supposed to follow, that they only sell like 20% of newer items, and then 80% has to be vintage. I'm not under such restrictions, so this is a reason why I will buy things from TEMU to resell. Now, it all depends on where you are, and it depends on how much you can buy or sell things for. As to certain items, I've looked up things and I've thought my profit margin won't be high enough, or I can't ask a higher price for these items, so that I decide just not to sell them at all. But I'm going to tell you some of these items, and then you'll be able to look them up and decide whether you, your pricing, if it'll fit your pricing. Now, that being said, also, some people kind of worry about having TEMU or buying through TEMU. I've been buying on TEMU over a year. I've not had any real big issues. I think I mentioned this in the video I had a couple days ago. It does take 2 to 3 weeks to get your items. So if you have something you're ordering for a holiday or an event or a certain setup, then you kind of have to think ahead a little bit on what I got to order, and I got to get, make sure it's ordered in time for this item. I know I'm always messing with my bangs. Also, they give you an estimated time that they're going to deliver. It's usually, like I said, 2 to 3 weeks. If for some reason they are late on their shipment, several times, I think 2 times, I've gotten a $5 credit because they tell you when it's going to be there, and if it goes a day or 2 past that, they'll automatically give you this credit, which is nice. I mean, $5, that can buy some extra things for you to sell or for yourself. So let me start by telling you some of the things that I buy for my business needs. Lots of times there's things that I pick up when I'm thrifting or sourcing, and these are things that I personally need to run my business. Post-it notes. You can find every size, shape, color, lines, no lines, cutesy little shapes, all kinds of stuff. So Post-it notes are something I use a lot in my business. I'm constantly making notes. If I'm looking up a price of something, I jot down what I want to sell it for, I put it on the item, and then it's there when I go to photograph and list the item, so I remember how much I'm going to ask for it. Note paper. I have this notebook that I got from TEMU, and it says to do, and this is what I'm using for my notes today, as you can see. So any kind of, scratch pad, paper, anything you want, you're going to find it there. Lots of things that I need when I'm bundling up fabric, or if I have some coasters or things that are not packaged together that I need to, tie up in some way so that they stay together in the store, is raffia, twine, hemp string, yarn, any of those things that you could use to, wrap around, package, kind of dress something up before you sell it. There you can find it really cheap. Something that I do sell, and in that video I showed you 2 days ago, is tons of things to make earrings out of. If you look those up, you can look them up under pendants, and that's where I find them. So in order to sell those, I have to buy earring hanging cards. The stand that I have requires the ones that are flat, and then they have a little curve at the top, so you can hang them on the display that I have. Earring hanging cards are much more expensive if you buy them Amazon or even eBay, which is normally where I've been buying them. until I found them here. They also have lots of ones that have a hole in them, so you can hang them like on a pegboard. Or they have ones that don't come with a bag. I don't usually put my earrings on a card and then put it in a bag, but some things like a brooch, I can buy a little display card with the bag, so you put the item on the display card and put it in the bag to price it. So I've done that a lot with my brooches. So you can buy the cards by themselves. You can also buy cards for hanging jewelry. You can also buy display things to hang, necklaces, or, the ones that have the bar for bracelets. They also have smaller things that have the hanging, the hanging type earrings if you only want to sell a small amount of something. So they have lots of those things. They have poly bags and bubble mailers. I don't usually buy bubble mailers on TEMU. Since I have a store on eBay, I get $50 worth of boxes and packing material through eBay, so I don't really ever buy those separately. But the poly bags are really nice. Those are nice for selling clothes or sending clothes in the mail. They have all different kinds of designs. I have men's and women's and Christmas mystery bags, I call them. I put 7 to 8 items, small items in it. So I usually put those in a like a lunch bag, the paper lunch bags, and then I put it inside of a cute poly bag to make it, look more presentable. I think the ladies have flowers and the men's have frogs on them. So those are good. They're a very good price, and they're very comparable to what you would buy on eBay anyway. You can buy lots of small bags that either have like a strip you tear off and then it just sticks. They also have every variety and size of Ziploc bags. So if you're selling small items, or you want things to be, small, you need them together, you can get from little tiny ones to, big ones. I buy the plain ones that have just the fold over top. I use those for my clothing. In fact, I'll show you. I have them here. So when I package my clothing and it's ready to be shipped, it's just these where it just folds down. So this makes it nice, so when I pull it out, I could just put it in the poly bag and off it goes. Also, you can buy bags that are just zippered, ones that have a hole in the top so you can hang them. Every variety you could ever think of. Also, if you sell food items, or if you sell things that they have bags with little windows in them, I've seen like coffee beans sold in those before. So there are more, retail packaging, if you will, that you can use and buy those there. Also, stickers. Now, I know some people buy stickers to sell, but you can also buy the stickers that say fragile, do not bend. I just recently bought some thank you stickers that say thank you for ordering from a small business. I appreciate it. I use those when I take my my packing slip and fold it and then stick that on there. So that's definitely perfect for that. There's tons and tons of stickers on there. I think I just bought literally like a roll of like 300 stickers for just $1 or $2. Also hang tags. If you have tags that need, they have a little string on them, you can get real plain ones, you can get fancy ones, you can get them in all different sizes. I make my tags out of playing cards, and I have a ton left right now, so I don't need those right now. But again, you can get ones that can help you brand more. You can get maybe the plain paper ones, the brown paper, and maybe use a stamp on it or something. So there's lots of things that you can do in that way. They also have tons of gift boxes. So if you sell jewelry, or if you want things displayed in boxes, they also have like the organza bags, that have the little drawstring. They have them small all the way up to bigger sizes. So if you want something, you're going to ship something, maybe jewelry, and you just want to elevate it or make it look a little nice, you can put them in there, do this, the little tie. They are really cheap. So you can get like 30 or 40 or 50 of them for literally just a couple dollars. The organza ones you can kind of see through. Other ones, you can get that, are like velour or velvety. There's just a ton and a variety there, so you can kind of find something that fits your aesthetic that you're going for. Let me see here. So things that I have personally bought to resell that I can really vouch for, actually, is wind chimes. 2 days ago, that video, I showed you lots of wind chimes. They have every style, very elaborate, little tiny ones, really big ones. And you could just shop through there, pick out what you think you can sell. The last batch, I bought maybe eight or 10 of these, and I think I only have one left. So they're doing really well. Again, this is a price point thing when you can look and say, oh, I could probably sell that in my booth for, maybe $12. And if it's $6, you may, I'm doubling my money, but do I really want to do that? So again, shopping around, making that decision, is that something I want to carry? Can I, make as much money as I want to on them? And I have found some that are just kind of cost prohibitive, and then other ones it's like, yeah, I could buy, 2 or 3 of them. So that is something that you can definitely, buy something from. Something I have not bought, but I thought about it, was incense. I did have a company I was buying incense from. I still have a certain amount, so I'm kind of waiting. But things I did buy were incense holders. Now these are maybe you can get a little thing with a little lid that has, you can do the cones. They have ones that have a hole in them for the stick incense. I even had one that was metal, and it was like a turtle like this, like he was fighting with a sword, and that's where you put the incense in. So there's tons and tons of variety on that. Again, the prices are very, very reasonable. So you can, if you sell incense, then you could sell the incense holders as well. Some people have bought stickers. Now, stickers I did for a little while. I think if I sell them again, I'm going to kind of change what I do with them. Is I'm thinking about finding more vintage style. They have fashion, they have, funny ones, they have cartoons, they have memes. A lot of the old ones you can get, like the Victorian, like maybe even Valentine's Day. So there's a lot of things like that that you can buy. And you could sell those individually. You could use them, in your mystery bags. If you do something like that, just throw them in there. You could also do them just around the holidays. Do them for Halloween. You could do them for, different holidays. I did buy several, like a whole package of like 50 for like less than $1 of Halloween style stickers like you'd find on bottles, like, this is bat wings, or this is mermaid tears, or any of those. So I was at an auction, I found a couple lots of old bottles that really weren't worth a lot on their own. Put that sticker on there, put those out for Halloween. They did really well. Some of them say poison. So it's something you could, look into. So you could use those to put on something to sell. And I think they come off pretty easy, or you could get them to come off. So if someone did just want the bottle, then, it's not like I'm ruining the item. So if they wanted to use just the item, it's fine. Iron-on patches. I have a container of them. Again, I bought the little Ziploc bags, put them in there, stapled the top close. I sell iron-on patches for $2 a piece. So I'm always finding lots of those. There's modern ones, there's travel ones, everything you can think of. You can buy just a few of something. You can buy a pack of 20 or 30. That's the neat thing about TEMU, is you can find, okay, you just want to buy a wind chime or 2, or you just want to buy incense or something, or you want a big, amount of them. They got those too. So that makes it good. So iron-on patches, enamel pins, like the ones that you'd wear that, are metal, and then they have the enamel or the color in them. I sell those for $2 each. I think I started with just a couple of dollars. I got 20 or 30. Again, bag those up with the ones that have the little hole, and I have a stand I put those on. So those have been doing really well. Another thing that I could sell for a higher profit margin just in the video 2 days ago was rings. These have different pretty, they could be called fashion rings. Some of them are in gold tone, rose gold, gold tone, any color. There's ones that are the stacking ones, so they're thin. I usually try and get ones that are a little bit beefier, ones that have a stone in it. So if you want to see what some of those look like, you can go back and look. I only paid maybe $2, $3 for a bag of like 20, and I sell them for $5 each. And again, I had a little velvet with the little rolls, so you put the rings down in there. I got those off of TEMU as well. So again, display items. You can buy those and use those for display. Novelty pens, I've done really well with those. Around Halloween, they had the pens that look like a syringe with the liquid in them. They had ones that were bones. I've bought ones that look like cactuses, ones that look like lipstick, ones that are color changing. If you take them out in the light, they change color, pens, flowers. So there's tons of those you can look up too and sell those either by holiday or just, have them there in your space. Jeweler's lope or loop, as they call them, just basically a really, really high intense magnifying glass with a light so that you can look and you can see the markings on jewelry. I have bought several of those to sell, and they have sold. They're probably maybe $1.50 each, and I sell them for $4 or $5. Also, I sell soap. I buy from a wholesale company, and they have a ton of different soap rests, R-E-S-T-S. I get the wooden ones. It's basically like 2 bars, and then it's got a couple of rungs. Those are great. I take those out. I sell them for, I think, $2 or $2.50 in my space, and I pay maybe 50 cents for them. So if you're selling something and you bought it, like I did with the wholesale soap, you can buy accessories to go with those items. So I have those set up, and they do really well. There's tons of macrame. Macrame is back. Anything boho, bohemian, anything that style, you can look around on there. They have ones from little small ones to really big ones, and of course the prices they vary. So depending on your area and what you can ask for items, that may be something you want to look into also. So those are things that I personally have bought. These are things you can buy. I kind of just made up a list because as I start looking for more items, I kind of just go on there and just dig around. There's everything imaginable on TEMU. So you can spend a lot of money and a lot of time. So these items are things that you could buy and sell in your space. Stationery. There's lots of notepads, note cards, postcards that look vintage, postcards that feature animals. So any stationery would do well. They also do tons of paper. So if you're into scrapbooking or if you're into junk journals, that's stuff that you need for, and those costs can really, really add up. So on here, you can get a whole stack. It's just $1 or $2. Small planters. Some of these have been cost prohibitive for me. They have what they call head planters. So it might be, maybe one this big and it's like this, and you could put stuff in her head. Tons of different kinds of little vases, depending on what you sell or what you want to sell. Book plates, this book belongs to a lot of people who have, their own library or they lend books out. That's good for them. The smudge or sage sticks, you can buy those. You can buy a few. You can buy a whole box. I've kind of toyed with doing those, but I haven't really even pulled the trigger on that yet. Tons of crystals and stones. So if that's something you want to sell, not a problem. Reusable shopping bags. I've sold those in the past. They have ones that kind of fold up into something small, something that you can, put on the strap of your purse, so you always have a bag with you. Especially now, after the pandemic, people are really moving toward not using plastic bags. In certain places like California, they don't. They'll charge you or they'll use paper. So it's kind of nice to have a bag on hand. And again, those come in a wide variety of colors and everything you can imagine. Socks. I've heard somebody tell me, hey, you could sell, there's all kinds of funny socks. So, if that's something you want to sell or something you want to look into, that's great. Again, postcards I talked about. I think I have one more order out that I have some vintage style postcards. So I'm waiting for those to come back so I'll be able to show you and tell you what kind of quality that is. Magnets, tons of magnets, glass ones that say funny things. So if you sell something like that in your booth, or you have, one of the pans where you could stick all the magnets, you can get those pretty cheap. Again, wide variety of subject matter, so check those out. Pill boxes, the cute little ones that look like animals or other things that you can open up. They call those pill boxes. You could look those up. I haven't had a chance to do that. Keychains. Every kind of keychain imaginable. I did buy a handful of whistle keychains, and those were really nice. They were like aluminum, different colors, did really well with those. Playing cards, every variety imaginable, every subject matter. I've seen cards that are this big, and I've seen itty bitty little decks of cards. So again, novelty items, they can do really well. I choose not to sell tarot cards, but there are a lot of tarot cards on there, and I've heard people tell me that they have success in selling those too. Aprons. Those do really well. Perfume bottles, you can get the really thin glass ones. You can get just ones that for decoration. I think if you look up Egyptian or Turkish ones, those are the ones that have the dipper in them. Those can be really delicate and they're very beautiful, a variety of colors. Anything boho. If you just want to look boho, you go anywhere from clothes to jewelry to bracelets to faux leather, for men, for women. Earrings that are boho, anything you can imagine. Wall tapestries that you hang up for decoration. There's tons of those. Frames. I haven't looked into that, but I'm sure there's tons of picture frames for every variety, every kind of design. Funny kitchen towels, just things that you can buy directly, just resell them. Little wind-up toys, little ones that things that walk, things, the little chattering teeth. Those are cute. People like those. People like giving those as gifts. So that's another thing that you could look up and find those items. So I think that's everything I had written down. I wanted to get through this. I wanted to give you guys some ideas. I know in my Antique Booth Talk group, there are a lot of people who get kind of upset when you talk about buying or using anything in your business for TEMU. But again, personal choice. What are you allowed to sell? There's a lot of things that if you sell at a flea market or something where you just set up occasionally, you can absolutely do well with a lot of these small items. Because think about it this way, when people come through your space, whether you're a flea market or an antique mall or wherever you are, maybe something that's $10 or more, people are like, I just don't know if I want to spend the money. But if something's $1, $2, $5, that's easy to justify. And I sell smalls in my antique booth all the time. Most of the items I sell are small price, small item, and I do quite well with those. Again, people say, oh wow, $20, $30, $50. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't buy that. Maybe I'll think about it. But a pen for $2, a cute notepad for $1, earrings for $3.99, any of those people will definitely snap them up and they won't even think about spending the money. So I hope this video has helped you. Have you tried TEMU? I know in my last video I had several people say, yeah, I've bought from TEMU, I've done really well, enjoyed their stuff. So that's all there is. The only thing I can tell you, to make sure that when you're looking at items that you look at the size it tells you that it is, because you could see something and think, oh, it's a pin or it's an earring or something, and then you get it and it's this big and you're like, I didn't read how big it was. So everything in there is usually, has the size. So, look through there and make sure it's definitely what you want before you go ahead and order. I think it's $15 and above, free shipping. You don't have to worry about that. Any return issues? I had an issue with a package I got, didn't have my name, address. There was another sticker by it, and that's how it got to my house. So I ordered probably $30 worth of stuff. I have no idea where it went because I got somebody's waist trainer teeth whitening something, and then the little things you get that you can like clean your ear out with. I don't need any of that stuff. So it was one of those, I ended up having to look up on Google how to contact TEMU. So if you get a weird thing like that, it's like, oh, did you track your package? Oh, it's delivered, it's there. No, it was the wrong package. So I was able to talk to someone directly and have them take care of the issue. So easy peasy, any issues, anything you need to return it. Very happy with my experience so far. I have probably ordered $500-600 worth of stuff off of there, mostly small items. And again, I encourage you to go back a few days and watch that video because I show you all the earrings that I get. I've been selling tons of novelty earrings. They're doing so well. Fruits, vegetables, birds, fish, candy, you name it, you name it. You can find it on there, and then usually in quantities of 5, 10 or more. So if I get something for 5, I get 2 packages. That's enough for 5 pairs. And I've been doing really well with that. Novelty earrings have been selling like crazy. I sell 20 to 30 pairs, I'd say maybe 30 to 40 pairs a month. So every time I go in, I'm putting up new stock because they're changing over. So again, I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any comments, leave them down below. Have you ordered from TEMU? Have you ordered TEMU for your business? And would you order? I don't know. Let me know. So thank you for tuning in and listening to me blab. I do appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. And until then, happy picking. Bye.